All right, y'all, welcome back. So this is the channel, Double A Hef. I'm going to do a quick video about Stephen A. Talking about Damian Lillard. So sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes Stephen A. puts way too much praise on players, and I think he does it because that way he gets to get sit down interviews with them and stuff like that, and he can go to them for information and stuff like that. Because sometimes he just says stuff and it's like, man, I get where you're coming from, but I think you're overdoing it a bit too much. And again, some of that's part of his, TV persona, and I get that. But anyway, he's going to be talking about Damian Lillard, and pretty much the conversation point is Damian Lillard doesn't get enough. He doesn't get talked about enough. Now, in my personal opinion, I think Damian Lillard gets spoken about just enough, just right. I don't think he should be talked about any more or any less. I think that he's, a star talent, borderline, maybe borderline superstar. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I can't call him superstar talent, I've seen Dame, hit some pretty big clutch shots. I've seen him outperform, some guys that I thought were better, when he went against Westbrook and Paul George. And I think Melo's on that team too, when he bounced their ass out the first round. And again, Russell Westbrook, I thought, well, obviously, Russell, he has a very, very low basketball IQ, but you'd think that his athleticism will be able to make up for it. But then again, Russell, a couple years ago, I think he got bounced out again, and it was by the Jazz, and Ricky Rubio was giving him the work. That's Russell Westbrook's Achilles heel. But and then obviously Paul George was on that team, and actually Paul George is the person that Dame hit that shot from mad far, and he hit it in Paul George's face. So again, Paul George, I would put above a Dame Lillard. So I have Dame right where he should be. I don't think that he's on the level, obviously, of a James Harden or a Steph Curry. That's just it. He hasn't done enough. He hasn't shown anything. I mean, they did make it to the Western Conference Finals that one time, and that was impressive. I give him that. That was impressive. Him and CJ, they did what they had to do to get their team there. I give him a whole lot of credit for that. I didn't see them making it there, but they did. But then again, I also, me personally, I don't really care for small guards. And as you know, they have a team. They have small guards. I like my guards to be at least 6'4" and up. Strong. They can get downhill. You know what I mean? And agile too. That's my personal preference. But anyway, I'm gonna play this. Let it go. And I'm gonna come in.
What did this say about Damian Lillard?
What it says is that.
And I didn't see this game that they're talking about. You can see the stats at the bottom. I didn't see this game. I don't really watch NBA games anymore because with scheduling and stuff like that, and it's much easier for me to catch what happened by checking out the box score, and House of Highlights does a great job of getting out the highlights literally right after the game. So and if you guys don't know what House of Highlights is, it's a YouTube page or channel for that matter, and they do great work with getting the highlights out. I mean, damn near immediately after the game. So that's what I typically use to watch, to catch up and stay caught up on it.
We owe him an apology. And
first, let's just say no, Stephen A. I think you speak for yourself. All right, let's start with that.
Number one person on that list would be me. I am a huge fan of Damian Lillard, Dame Time. I believe it.
That's your first mistake right there. A man shouldn't be a fan of anything. Period. Point blank. All right, because when you're a fan of something or anybody, that leads to idolatry, and you shouldn't hold any idols.
I always have. And being that, I'm NBA reporters, there's a lot of great guys out there that do a great job. My brothers, the David Aldridges of the world, the people like that, the Lasaku Smith, God rest his wonderful soul. All the guys, the Sam Mitchells. I mean, you see so many different reporters, different analysts, Isaiah Thomases of the world and others.
What is this nigga talking about, bro? Like, you get to the point. What is this nigga talking about?
Adrian Wojnarowski, the ultimate insider, covering the sport for us the way that he does. Just all of my boys, Vincent and the crew, everybody. That we all cover the NBA. Chris Haynes and others, Marcus Spears, love all of them. We all know how great Damian Lillard is.
So this statistic right here, to me, and I think to most people that understand basketball, this doesn't really say much to me, because obviously Bradley Beal, he's going to score a lot of points because he has to score a lot of points just to keep his team freaking relevant, and they're not even relevant. But someone's going to have to score the points. You know what I mean? If you take Bradley Beal off of the Wizards and you replace him with like a Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero will be out there dropping buckets. Now, am I saying he'll look like Bradley Beal doing it? No. But he'll be out there dropping buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone has to score. It's the NBA. Somebody has to fucking score. So when you have a void, it will be filled. I'm not saying that that's all Bradley Beal is. But what I'm saying is, by looking at this metric, most games are 30-plus points. That doesn't really tell me much. Besides, all right, maybe if you just want to see if the person's capable of scoring. You know what I'm saying? Say you have a team and you're in desperate need of a scorer. Maybe this is a metric that you would go to see, okay, I'll take that guy because he could drop buckets. Outside of that, that's all it's saying. The frequency just means, all right, man, you do. I think it says you're doing too much. I think Damian Lillard does too much. He doesn't do too much. He scores too much. I think he needs to bring his scoring down a little bit. Start playing more like a point guard, like a prototypical point guard. And or maybe get adopt a Golden State type of offense where you have Dame more off ball, like the way Steph does it, and then that way he can impact the game in a more variety of ways. A lot of times when I watch Dame Lillard, I see him shoot a lot of shots from deep, which if you're making them, that's great. But then I also see him shoot a lot of contested shots. Sometimes he shoots the ball and I'm just like, I don't know if that was the shot that. You know what I'm saying, that you should be looking for. You know what I mean? And then to my knowledge, I don't think he shoots like high percentages. I'm pretty sure he's like about maybe 42%. On that, I didn't look at that before I started, but I'm pretty sure he's around that. I'd be surprised if he was at 45%. This is a field goal percentage from the floor. I'd be surprised, but you guys could correct me if I'm wrong.
We just don't talk about it enough. And we don't talk about it so much that we have taken this man for granted. And as a result, we find ourselves in a situation where it's LeBron, it's Joel Embiid, it's even Steph Curry that's in the conversation now, et cetera, et cetera.
They should be in the conversation now. LeBron, he won a championship last year. He's playing great. His team's number 2 in the league, I think. Embiid is playing great on the Doc Rivers. Putting up some great numbers. His team's winning. He's actually like the go-to. If you watch their offense now, he's actually like the focal point. He's getting the ball in his spots, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. So that's great. Great to for Doc Rivers to do that. And now Embiid is stepping up. So yeah, that's great. Steph Curry, without Clay, he's out here. Him and Draymond, they out there balling, and it's great for Clay. I mean for Steph, because like I said, Steph doesn't have a high usage rate, and he's very efficient with his numbers, and how he goes out there and gets it. So Steph could get it damn near anyhow. You know what I'm saying? He could sauce you up. You know what I'm saying? He could just come off screens, pin downs. It doesn't matter. I think Dame should take something from that, because the way look, if Dame Lillard is never going to win a championship playing the way that he's playing, period. Especially not being the alpha, the number 1 guy on the team. I don't see it.
But we lose our way, and I'm going to put myself at the top of the list, blaming myself.
Reminds me like a Kyrie. Like, I don't see Kyrie. If Kyrie's the alpha on your team, and playing the way that he plays, shooting the shots that he shoots, he's never going to win a championship. That's my personal opinion. Never going to win. Not like that.
all of those great reporters that I mentioned and those great analysts that I mentioned. I'm putting myself at the top of the list because I have this platform. I have First Take 2 hours every day. And I got Stephen A's World. And I got NBA with Stephen A. and all of this other stuff. And I haven't talked about Damian Lillard enough. Number 1 in the NBA since 2012 with clutch points. Clutch points.
See, but what does that really mean, though? Number 1 since 2012 in clutch points. How many conference championships did that get him? How many NBA Finals championships did that get him?
Last 5 seconds of the game. Don't get me started with the last 5 minutes. Don't get me started with Dame time. Don't get me started with him averaging 29. And how.
But what is Dame time, though? Is Dame time like time to fucking go home? Because you're losing. Like, he hasn't accomplished much. Don't get like he's a great player, great talent. But let's not overdo it with putting all this praise on him. Like there's levels to this, and he just happens to be scratching at the next level.
He's been doing that for the last 3, 4, 5 years, right? And he's got Portland.
Yeah, he's been not going to the NBA Finals for the last 3, 4, 5 years.
5th in the West, and there's no C.J. McCollum who's missed game, no Nurse, no Jurkic. It doesn't matter. I don't even know who the hell. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This brother, Damian Lillard, tell me, and it's a rhetorical question, but I challenge anybody out there to tell me who strikes more fear in you when crunch time arrives than the ball being in his hands.
That's easy, bro. And I know you said it's rhetorical, but I'll answer that. KD, I'll even put Kyrie, because like I just said, I just said I don't see Kyrie being number 1 guy winning, but Kyrie is clutch. I've seen Kyrie hit clutch. Kyrie is the reason why LeBron won his third chip. So yeah, I've Kyrie, KD, Steph hasn't really performed well in the big moments. Kawhi hit tough shots. I'll put Kawhi up there. That's 3 people already.
The ball being in his hands. I've called Steph Curry the greatest shooter God ever created. Let me tell you something. Steph Curry ain't big Damian Lillard when it comes crunch time. When it comes down to clutch points. This brother is just on another level. And on behalf of all the great NBA reporters, all the great aficionados, all the great analysts, on behalf of everyone, I will put myself at the top of the list. I apologize. It's my fault.
See what I'm saying? Like, he's overdoing it right now. Like, it ain't that damn serious, man. It ain't that serious. It's not like this dude is undeniably the best point guard in the league, and then you've been like, kind of like how Max was with Tom Brady with the Cliff. It's not like that's the case, Stephen A., where you got to be doing all of this nonsense, man. Like, bro, it ain't that serious, all right? It's Damian Lillard. Like, is he a top 3 point guard in the league? I don't think so. Think about it. First of all, it depends. Well, let me just say. All right, so Steph, I got Steph. Now, it depends. If you want to put Harden as a point guard, all right, then Harden, obviously. And this ain't in any particular order. But obviously, Steph and Harden. Third, I mean, I would take Kyrie over Dame. So that's just Steph, Harden, and Kyrie already as a top 3. If I were to go top 5 point guards, I got to do a little bit more thinking on that one. But maybe he'd be my top 5. Maybe. I'm struggling right now. And also depends if you're putting Luka at the 1 or the 2. I don't, like all this positionless shit. So it depends, because Luka could go up there. I think what Luka does, well, at least what he was doing before this year, was contributing more to like actual wins and losses for his team. But anyway, yeah, so definitely not top 3. And that's just point guard.
Because this brother, Damian Lillard, has been ignored for far too long.
He hasn't been ignored, though. That's why I don't understand what you're saying.
He is the real deal. And he does it time and time and time again, and we don't talk about him enough. Well, it's going to stop today.
No, we talk about him just enough. Yeah, and actually, you're talking about him a little bit too much.
It's going to stop today. He's on that damn MVP list. He's on that MVP list
No, he's not on the MVP list. No, he's not.
right now.
No, he's not.
And I will not make that mistake again. I apologize.
Unless the MVP list is just, like an ongoing list, But if it's like an MVP list where it's like 5 people, no, he's not on that list.
I apologize. It's my fault. We're going to talk about this man moving ahead because what he's doing and what he has been doing is ridiculous. And oh, by the way, he signed a contract, Max Kellerman, for $250 million.
Yeah, because that's a supermax.
And still doing it. And we still ignored them. Highest paid do. It's
also
ridiculous.
rhyme, by the way. Damian Lillard can rhyme. Look, Damian Lillard is revered in the basketball world. There's a cult of people in the NBA who revere Damian Lillard. The people who cover him, the fans. Everyone knows he's probably the most clutch player in the game.
I don't know. I don't know about all that. Clutch is clutch matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I like? If the shit don't matter, was it clutch? It's like if a tree falls in the middle of the forest and no one's around to hear it, did it actually fall? Did it make a sound? Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be clutch getting bounced out the fucking first round all the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You could be clutch getting bounced out the second round all the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. It has to matter. That's why Jordan is clutch. That's why LeBron, when he started becoming quote-unquote clutch, he was doing it and winning. You know what I'm saying? Ray Allen, clutch. He was doing it and winning. You kind of got to win with it. You can't just keep getting bounced the fuck out and then keep being called clutch, because obviously you're not clutch enough.
Granted.
But
we don't talk about it enough.
I can't sit here. You may feel like you need to apologize. We don't talk about him as much as some of the other guys.
That's what I'm saying.
But there is good reason for that. One, he has not made a lot of deep playoff runs. Those are the people who get talked about. The more deep playoff...
Yeah, for the most part. But anyway, I think I pretty much summed it all up on that. I didn't want the video to be that long. Again, Damian Lillard is a great, phenomenal player. I personally wouldn't choose him. Like, say I was starting a team, I was a GM of a team, or say I'm even playing 2K. I don't trade for Damian Lillard. I'm not starting my team with Damian Lillard. He's a great player, but I don't see that the way that he plays, especially if he's my first banana. Nah, man. And if he's my first banana, playing the way that he plays, then who the hell's my second banana? Who's going to be facilitating out there? Who's really going to be running the offense and stuff like that? I don't see Dame as that guy. Unless you had like Alonzo Ball out there with Damian Lillard, and you had it didn't really matter who you had, quote unquote, playing the 1 or 2. Doesn't really matter. Just put them both out there, and I think Lonzo could be a great compliment to Dame. Lonzo's about 6'5", 6'6", plays defense. Nothing against CJ, because CJ could definitely light up the scoreboard. But again, Lonzo's long, no homo. You know what I'm saying, 6'6", and he could play some better defense than CJ can. And then also Lonzo's looking to pass. Lonzo's looking to facilitate, get the offense going. I think that could be a great pairing with Dame. But then, do I see them making a finals push? No, I don't. Obviously, you need more pieces for Dame. And I think that there's a lot of people that probably won't appreciate where I'm coming from with this. A lot of the Dame Lillard fanboys. But we just gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? Be real honest. Like, for instance, I'm a New York Knicks fan. All right, born in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, grew up a Knicks fan. I'm a New York fan. Every team, for the most part. And when we had Melo, it was tough. It had to be honest. Like, bruh, we not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna win, yo. It's not gonna happen. And that happened for me when we lost to the Pacers. When we lost to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and Melo got his dunk blocked by Roy Hibbert. I was like, yep, we're not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? That was with us, Tyson. I think J.K. was on that team. Amari, he punched the thing and broke his hand or whatever, and then he was out. But anyway, we had a nice squad. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, at least, well, you would think when you have a player like that, like a Melo, again, kind of like a Dame, not a superstar, but like scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying, of that superstar. He's just definitely a star. But when you have that player, they kind of sell you fool's gold, and you think like, yeah, we got a chance. But then when it comes time for it, it's like, nah. We don't got a chance, and we're not gonna win, and that's just where Dame is. I'm not even sure if I would put Dame in the top 10 players in the league right now. Real quick, let me do a list, not in any particular order. So obviously we're gonna have LeBron, you know what I'm saying, KD. I got Harden, obviously, Steph, Embiid, Kyrie. I'll put AD on there. Kawhi. Paul George been balling. I could put Paul George on there. How many is that already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9, 10. Nah, I still don't even see Dame on there. Who else? Well, obviously no one on the Knicks. Oh, Giannis. How the fuck I leave Giannis off? You know what I'm saying? Giannis. No one on Detroit. No one up in Toronto. Memphis, no. No one in New Orleans. The LA teams already put both their guys on there. Boston, nah. I'm not sold on the Boston guys. Yeah, not really sold on them. Devin Booker's coming up, but I can't give it to him yet. Jimmy Butler, nah. I mean, he's great, but like he's a level underneath Dame in my book. He's a great player though. Yeah, but anyway, that's still 10 people. So yeah, Dame will probably have to fall in anywhere between that 11 to 15 in the league right now, and that's my list. You might make your list differently, and that's fine. But if you're asking me, nah, he's not top 10. He's not top 3 point guard in the league. But anyway, that's it. Peace out.